I think what I always do when I start a new piece is I try to think of what I want to bring across emotionally. So I go through different passages. I think of different emotions I associate with them, and then I try to experiment with sound and try to bring that across so that the audience ideally can then feel what I'm feeling when I'm playing. I think Schumann in general is a perfect example for different colors. There's just so much details in the music. You have such a palette to choose in between. So there would, for example, be like a accent or like a fortepiano where you can sit there and just try out different intensities, different bow speed, different contact points. It's quite fun. Yeah, quite a long journey, but it's worth it if you then find what you really are looking for. Singers, you can learn so much from singers. It's just such a natural way of human way to present music. So if I'm not sure how to phrase something, a lot with the Schumann as well. I sat there for a long time just singing the first phrase and then singing and playing together, and then singing and just playing with my left hand, so I could kind of get the most natural approach as well. And also trying not to overthink every single detail, because the more you get into the whole sound world, the more you kind of realize how many possibilities you have, and then it can be overwhelming at times, but it's an important journey to embark on. Being on stage is something always very exciting because you never really know how it's gonna go. So you're very dependent. I'm very dependent on the energy in the room, of how I'm feeling that particular day, and that is what can make you nervous, but it's also what kind of makes it exciting in the long run, because you have a challenge every time you go on stage. You kind of have to work with what you've got and make the best out of it. And sometimes it works as you plan. Sometimes some things obviously don't, and sometimes it works better than you would have imagined. And what is particularly nice is if you are free enough on stage to then be spontaneous as well. If you have one broad general idea of the emotions you want to bring across, then you can ideally shape spontaneously how exactly you want to do that. If it is with your right hand, with your left hand, with your vibrato, or with like depth of your sound. There's so many possibilities. And also if there's more people on stage, the best feeling is if you have a connection that is strong enough that you can do those spontaneous things together.